People know us by our brands. Branding is no longer an option. It's a necessity. We live in a brand-conscious world. I flew in here to Vancouver, and I got on a branded airline, Delta, right? And when I got to the hotel, and I made sure when I took a shower, I used my favorite brand of soap. I used my favorite brand of deodorant. I used my branded razor. And every day, all of us at a subconscious level make decisions to buy products and use services because of that brand. The schools that you put your children into, the cars that you drive, where you bank, where you vacation, everything is driven by a subconscious decision to buy a brand because we know what we can expect from that brand. And so the question becomes, well, why is this so important? Why is this topic such a key issue today? Why did Colin invite me to fly all the way from LA to be in front of this illustrious crowd? Well, the first thing I realized is this, and that is every small business owner, each and every one of you, have 4 problems that you're facing. It doesn't matter what you're selling. It doesn't matter how long you've been in business. It doesn't matter if you're in a startup, you have an idea, you're a rookie, or if you're full-time. It doesn't matter what side of town you're from, what age you're from, what color you are, what sex you are, what your limitations may be. Every one of you is experiencing these 4 problems. And the first problem is this. Number 1, unless you brand yourself, someone else will. That's the reality. Have you found that when you tell people what you do, they immediately come to a conclusion about you? People will literally put you in a box just by you telling them what it is that you do for a living. I'm a real estate agent. Oh, okay. I put you into the real estate box. I'm a financial planner. Up, you go into the financial planning bin. I'm a life coach. Up, I put you into the life coach bin. In other words, people will pigeonhole you, come up with their own preconceived notions and ideas about what it is that you do. Have you found it to be true? And so the idea of branding today is to seize control over how people see you so that you can turn that into an opportunity for yourself. Because believe me, unless you do that, then people are going to go ahead and put you into a box. The second problem is this. There's no discernible difference between most products and services. Do you realize that to most consumers, we're just a giant blur? Really? I mean, I like to think that we're just a bunch of cattle, a bunch of cows, right? Now, what do we know about cows? They all look alike, right? And so if those cows are on a ranch, and one of those cows goes through a broken fence to another rancher's property, he can go say, that's my cow because that's my brand. And so here you are, each of you, with incredible products and services. And you're like there, notice me, right? Pay attention to me. I've got something that was going to be of value to you. Please notice what it is that I have. And so a major challenge for each of you, write this down, is an inability to separate yourself from the rest of the crowd. Because in the minds of the consumer, they will put you into a box and come to the conclusion that maybe you're not that different than anybody else. And the third problem is this, and that is, write this word down, people are indifferent to you. Have you come across the person that you wish to do business with, and they literally are saying to you, well, I'm already working with someone like you. Or, I've already used a product like yours. Or, I know someone or something else that can do what you say you can do. And they literally are saying to you, I've got a vendor, I've got a supplier, I've got a service provider, I've got a whatever or whoever, and what you've got to do, write this down, is to get people to switch over to you. In fact, she or he is so indifferent, just like the woman in the slide, that they literally are saying, my mind is made up and you can't change it. And so what you want to do is not only get them to have a separation from whoever, whatever, but you want a divorce, am I right? In other words, you need to switch over to what you have. And then the fourth problem is this, and that is everybody's busy. In our densely crowded, everybody's busy, short attention span world, it's getting more difficult to be noticed, remembered, and desired, which is the goal for any brand. Notice the words in gold. Be noticed, be remembered, be desired. What are they saying now? That when you go to a website, you're on the typical landing page for 30 seconds if you're lucky? Do you realize that? So the key then becomes, how do you cut through that? How do you cut through fogs of resistance? How do you make your way and cut your way and slice and dice your way through all the clutter, all the jungles of resistance that are out there? Well, the way you do it is by understanding that the game today is about your brand. Oh, are you coming with me, somebody? So why now? I mean, think about it. It's a struggle just to get people to stop and listen to us. Am I right? Will you return my phone call? Will you reply to my text? Will you go to my website? Will you opt into my funnel, right? Will you just take the time to stop and listen to what it is that I have to offer you? So what's the solution? The solution is for each and every one of you to turn your product or service into a big brand and to have with it a strong message that sells so that your market will do what it is that you want them to do. And again, you define what big means for you. For some of you, it may mean that you're looking for a nice six-figure business. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But maybe there's some of you out there who want $1 million brand. Maybe some of you are looking to have the next $1 billion household name brand. Maybe some of you want to have a super brand. Am I in front of the right crowd today? Okay? Because that can happen if you know how to put together a big brand that can make big things happen, even if your budget is small.